What's up? What's up, guys? What's up? So, interesting day. Yesterday, that is. So, my daughter came to me. She gave me that kind of look of squinty eyed, like, don't know what I'm going to say to it. But she said to me, "Can I be a Christian?" So, what was my answer to that? So, that is this little vlog video today. And what would you say if your kid came to you and said that? What can you say? God's be with us. So I've mentioned it before that this area is really soaked in Christianity. So I'm not really surprised by that question. But yeah, just randomly last night, she said to me, can I be a Christian? Granted, she probably doesn't know what that is outside of just believing in Jesus. She doesn't know really who Jesus is or anything like that. But as you know, that's none of any of from my influence, because you've seen multiple videos of how she was raised, of participating in rituals, of doing different things. And still, it seeps in. How does it seep in? Through the schools. Like I mentioned in my last little random rant video, how you can't escape it, especially in this state. They hand out Bibles, they have prayer meetings in the school, and so it's only natural, and it didn't come as a shock to me when my daughter yesterday asked, can I be a Christian? After, part of you thinks that after everything you've seen and done, why would you ask me that, is what you think. Granted, she's only 9 going on 10, but it goes to show you that even if you raise your kid in a particular path, or you teach them a particular way, or you don't teach them at all, there is that chance that another spirituality of whatever the majority religion is where you live, it's going to come into your home as well. It reminds me of a podcast that really upset me a while back. I mentioned this years ago, probably one of the first videos I made in that first year on this channel. I think I mentioned it because it disturbed me. A podcast, a Pagan podcast. There were 2 ladies, and it was, I don't remember the podcast. We had a falling out because I told them I really disagreed with that joke. They called it a joke, but it's not funny. Their joke was basically, if my kid ever comes home and tells me they're Christians, I'm just going to disown them and cry. And I was like, whoa. Wait a second. That's the wrong way to do it. Because if you do it that way, if you're a pagan parent, a Hellenic polytheist parent, a Celtic polytheist parent, whatever, and your kid comes to you and says, I don't want to do that, in all seriousness, we'll say that they're 18 and they come to you and say this. And then they say, I just want to go to church and be a Christian. To say, and even joke, that I would cry and wanted to disown them, it's not funny. That's as funny as Christians that do that in real life. And all the people that are pagan now were disowned by families, and their parents did cry when they became pagan. So what makes us better than that when we joke about stuff like that? So like I said, I wrote to them and told them that. And like I said, we had a falling out. I said, it's just a joke. It's not a funny joke if that was a joke. So what did I do? That's the topic, I guess, because it happened to me, and it probably won't be the last time too. The older she gets, I'm sure when she starts to be around more friends and it being on TV, especially around this season, being Christmas season where you can't escape. I think even Netflix just came out with a Mary, Jesus' mom, Mary movie on Netflix, I think. So, I mean, you can't escape it. It's in the culture that they're pushing Christianity in America, and I'm sure in other countries, not as heavily as here, but like if you go to any other majority religion country, that's what's being pushed. And yeah, it was an interesting thing. And she has asked me in the past about, do I believe in God and Jesus? Even though we never talk about that here. Again, it's just part of the environment and the culture that we live in. So let me see. So yeah, before I go to something else, I want to just say, how did I handle that? That's going to be, I want to say that really for the end of what did I say in response to that? Because what I want to talk about before I get to my answer to that question of can I be a Christian? It is, it's funny how the ones that were Christian that got out of it, and then the ones that know nothing really of Christianity, and then they go into it. It's because it's different experiences. It's different life experiences. Like a lot of us have left it for years. Like this year, I just thought about it the other day. I'm going to be pagan 16 years this year in 2025. And I've told that story hundreds of times, so I won't go into how I became pagan. You can look that up. But yeah, I was like, wow, 16 years, and that's 16 adult years that I have been on the alternate route, we'll just say, the route. And yeah, it's been really fulfilling and fun. And it makes sense to me spiritually, how I see things. And yeah, it's funny. I got out of what she wants to get into. And I notice a lot of people do that. You see a lot of TikToks and YouTube of witches that are now Christians and so forth. So it's just a different mindset, I think. Short video, but yeah, it was just a shock. So what is my answer to that? I didn't reject her. I didn't say, get out of my house, go live with Nana. I didn't say that. What I did say is, hey, you can do whatever you want. Just leave me alone. I said, you can believe anything you want to believe. And I'll get more detailed than that the older she gets, when it gets brought up again. You got to treat it at the level that they are at. I don't want to scold her. I definitely want to discourage her. She can do whatever she wants. That's 100% honest. I didn't cry. I didn't go into my room and close the door and just shed tears of grief. That's a little much. And what would I be? And what kind of person would I be? I would be no better than the Christians or other major religions that disown their kids for any reason. And it's true. Sometimes even getting raised in Christianity, you find out when you grow up that it's not for you. So what makes that exclusive? That'd just be a Christian thing, that people leave Christianity. People growing up pagan might grow up and then they say, this isn't for me, and they leave that. And it happens. So yeah, I just told her flat out, I said, you could do whatever you want. I said, just leave me alone. And that's what I said right now. In other words, you can practice, I know, like my wife said, I don't know who's going to take her to church if she gets that into it. But if that's what you want to do, go for it. But if you start practicing your beliefs, just let me practice mine. Very politely said, and I think she respects that. And if not, if it goes into a deeper conversation, I will post a video about this. And I really hope it helps you guys out too. Those that are not parents, those that have young kids that have not asked that question yet, that may come up, just a heads up. Because like I said, she's 9. And you've seen how she's been raised, and that question still comes up. And like I said, it doesn't shock me, especially this time of year when they're doing all these nativity things and Christmas specials on TV. And then you got Easter coming up, and then that's going to be all about Easter stuff. I mean, even if you just talk about the Easter bunny, people are still going to talk about the reason for the season, they say. So it's just a part of how it is. But yeah, like I said, in my opinion, she could do whatever she wants as long as she doesn't get me and go after me. Because I can say things and do things that unravel her thinking. because I got things that the reasons I got out of it that are deep that I don't say to people because it will really mess them up if they really think about it. But yeah, that's it. Just want to do a short blog. The day my daughter asked me, in like this with a squinty eye, she said, "Can I be a Christian?" There you go. Life's always interesting. It gives me a reason to make a video. Anyway, guys, I talk to ye later, my Padawan. Bye.